So welcome once again to this meeting of the North Atlantic Council with its Mediterranean Dialogue partners. And let me start by thanking Minister Çavuşoğlu for hosting us all today, and also hosting us tomorrow when we go to Hatay, and to see how Turkey is dealing with some of the challenges you face related to the situation in this region. We are delighted to be in Ankara to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Mediterranean Dialogue. Through the Mediterranean Dialogue, NATO has developed a unique network of partners across the region. It has helped to boost trust and cooperation between members. Practical cooperation has grown, addressing the needs of individual partners, strengthening defense capabilities and helping to address the challenges we all face. This meeting is an opportunity to celebrate what we have done together, but it's also a chance to look to the future. NATO is dedicated to promoting peace and security across the Middle East and North Africa. Through our continued fight against terrorism, including our membership of the Global Alliance Coalition to defeat Daesh, and by training local forces, in particular our training mission in Iraq, because prevention is better than intervention. Our world is more complex and interconnected than ever before. Working together through the Mediterranean Dialogue, we can make significant difference. We need to build on what we have already achieved, learn from each other, and work together to build a more stable, secure, and peaceful future for us all. And with that, I give the floor to Minister Çavuşoğlu, and once again, thank you so much for hosting us, for arranging this 25th anniversary of the Mediterranean Dialogue. So, thank you so much, Mevlüt.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Değerli Genel Sekreter.
Thank you very much, Distinguished Secretary General, dear Jens. Distinguished members of the North Atlantic Council, distinguished partners of Mediterranean Dialogue. We have great pleasure in hosting this meeting that is organized on the occasion of the 25th anniversary of the Mediterranean Dialogue as a Mediterranean ally, and I'd like to welcome you all once again. As an ally that is both Mediterranean and European, we consider the security of the two regions as the pieces of the same whole unit that complement each other. We know very well how a crisis that occurs in the Mediterranean region can affect Europe. We have seen many examples of this, and we have experienced together one such example. And in this connection, we attach great importance to the Mediterranean Dialogue mechanism, and we take efforts to further develop the relationships between NATO and the Mediterranean partners, and to correctly convey the specific conditions within the Mediterranean region to the alliance. Distinguished guests, the Mediterranean geography is known as the cradle of civilizations. This is a basin of culture. However, unfortunately, today our region is actually consuming a large part of its energy to historical challenges such as terrorism or the migratory crisis. And regardless of whether we are allies or partners, these problems affect us all. And it is evident that we cannot overcome these challenges single-handedly. And it is also very evident that these problems cannot be addressed only by cooperation and solidarity messages that remain on people. The important thing here is to establish the spirit of cooperation in the real sense, and to be consistent in our approaches and in our actions. For example, every time we very bitterly remember how essential it is to cooperate in the fight against terrorism, which threatens not only our country but the whole world. However, we cannot put it into action. We cannot be selective in the fight against terrorism. We cannot distinguish between good or bad terrorists. Again, similarly, we cannot act selfishly and not exhibit solidarity in the issue of irregular migration that deeply affects all our region, and we cannot act with the understanding of nothing will happen to me. Distinguished guests, you know that Turkey has assumed really heavy responsibilities in the face of these challenges that are deeply troubling our societies, including terrorism and irregular migration. With our humanitarian and entrepreneurial foreign policy, with all our means, we are taking intense efforts to ensure peace, stability, and security. We are embracing millions of people who had to leave their homes, and we are using all our means, political, diplomatic, or military, so that the problems in our region will not cause new humanitarian tragedies. One of our border provinces, Hatay, that you will be visiting tomorrow, there you will see concrete examples of such of our efforts. Hatay is one of the ancient centers in this region, and the representatives of the three monotheistic religions have been living for centuries in this province in peace. And following the Syrian crisis, just like all the provinces in the region, Hatay also embraced our Syrian brothers and sisters. In Hatay, the current population is 1.6 million, and that is actually close to the population of Brussels. And right now, the Syrian population is 500,000, meaning 1/3 of the population is Syrian. And we see this situation in places such as Jordan as well. And the people in the region, they are opening their homes, they are embracing the visitors, and they are sharing their food and homes with the visitors. Distinguished guests, we believe that peace and stability can be possible through regional ownership. We can only solve our problems ourselves as those who know this place in the best way possible, not others. With this understanding, we will continue to support partnership mechanisms such as the Mediterranean Dialogue or the Istanbul Cooperation Initiatives. And we will further increase good neighborhood relationships in the upcoming period on the basis of mutual understanding and respect. However, I'd like to once again put it in the record that we are not going to turn a blind eye to single-handed steps to be taken in the Eastern Mediterranean or fait accompli. The peace and stability in Eastern Mediterranean can only be ensured through respect for international law and historical realities. And with this understanding, Turkey will always strongly defend the legitimate rights and interests of both Turkey and the Cypriot Turks. Once again, I'd like to say welcome to Turkey, and I believe that this meeting will be contributing to a more effective cooperation. And on this occasion, I'd like to once again congratulate the Ramadan for the Muslim representatives who are among us, and I hope that Ramadan will bring peace to our region and the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister Çavuşoğlu. Thank you so much for these opening remarks. And this ends the public part of this meeting. I thank the media that has joined us for this opening of the meeting. And we will continue just a moment.